The housing market has been a seller's market throughout the pandemic. But if you're paying attention, you can probably see the change. The current trends are pointing towards an end to the real estate market conditions that created a bonanza for sellers. I'm Keith Walker with the Walker team. Let's discuss what you need to know as a home seller. Many issues created a high-pressure market environment severely skewed in favor of sellers. From sky-high home prices, intense competition between buyers, and tactical play from sellers waiting for the right moment to put their homes for sale. It's worth saying outright, things are changing. And there are things home sellers need to be aware of today that were not true last year. Here's what they are. Number one, home price growth is returning to pre-pandemic levels. This is not the same as saying home prices are declining. Besides the false appreciation in the second quarter, they're simply not. Prices are settling, and we shouldn't see them falling in the foreseeable future. It's the rate at which they're increasing that's changing. All the signs point to a return to pre-pandemic levels of growth. So, instead of the near 20% year-on-year increases, expect something closer to 3 or 6%. The number of actual home sales is also expected to be more than 10% down from 2021. This means that the waiting game is over for sellers in practice. You might have been thinking about selling your home, but were waiting for home prices to reach their peak to maximize their returns on the sale. But the peak has already passed. It's doubtful that we'll see any more of the skyrocketing levels of home price increases anytime soon. Number two, popular relocation hotspots have the highest home prices. The way local home prices behave is always different from national averages. An area that's extremely popular with home buyers will have different housing market conditions from one that buyers are keen to leave. In many cases of post-pandemic migration patterns, these local conditions have a marked effect on home values. These migration hotspots tend to have the highest inflation rates. By the way, that's good for housing. Number three, more affordable areas are in demand. The overall trend among homebuyers right now is downsizing and saving on housing as much as possible. Moving patterns indicate a strong preference for more affordable areas. People are moving from the biggest and most expensive cities and areas to smaller urban and suburban areas. These smaller communities offer good amenities and schooling, but don't cost as much as the traditional vast metropolitan areas. Home sellers need to be aware of this. Number four, home buyer competition is still incredibly high. As a home seller, you'll see headlines like, "Home buyer competition drops to the lowest level in 2 years," and you think you'll struggle to sell. This is not the case. Home buyer competition pre-pandemic was already very high, with record numbers of millennial home buyers entering the housing market in search of their first home. This is a generational trend, and it won't go away anytime soon. Indeed, you may not sell your home within days of it going on the market, as was so often the case during the pandemic, but you will still sell within weeks if you do things the right way. Number five, you may not get your first buyer. One of the most prominent features of the pandemic-era housing market conditions was that many home buyers were willing to waive contingencies to secure a home. There is evidence that this is no longer the case. Some buyers may call off a deal after finding a cheaper home. Others may be forced to backtrack after a mortgage application falls through. While inconvenient, this is a common occurrence and something you must prepare for by giving yourself more time to sell this year than last year. Number six, an experienced real estate agent is more important now than ever. Housing market conditions are a little trickier for home sellers this year than last. It's even more critical this year than last year to get a real estate agent with solid experience and expertise in selling your home. Once again, I'm Keith with the Walker team of Intero, and as you know, I'm here to educate and navigate, not to speculate and fabricate. Contact me to maximize the return on your sale and minimize the potential for delays and your sale falling through. We'll talk to you soon.